everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a special guest joining me today.
Hi YouTube family, this is Kirstie's mom.
My mom's name is Anne and she has an Etsy business making beautiful wreaths. I will leave a link for her store in the description box below. But today she is going to help me make a beautiful wreath for Valentine's Day. So let's get into it. So the first thing she starts with is a empty grapevine wreath. I think this one is about 18 inches, Mum, something like that.
Yep.
And what are you starting off with here?
So I've started off with some lamb's ear. On this one, I sat down and what I normally do is I sit down and work out what greenery and what florals I think are going to suit the project and look okay together. On this one, I've gone for a more monotone look, but textures in my greenery. So you'll see these lamb's ears have a beautiful texture to them. They're quite soft and fluffy to touch.
And next I notice you're placing a different kind of leaf in. It's got a similar tone to it, but it's a different shape and a bit of a different texture.
That's correct. So this is a eucalyptus type leaf with a white, almost a snowy finish to it. And these add some depth and some texture, some interest to the wreath. You'll see now I'm starting to build up a little collection in this bottom segment of the wreath, and I'm starting to work on where I'm going to place the florals. So on this one, I've ended up deciding to have a little gathering of roses in this bottom quadrant of the wreath, and then it will gradually work its way up the other side, but there'll be a concentration in this spot here. So initially I place the flowers to see what they look like before I glue them in. When I first started wreathing, I used to do the whole wreath before I glued anything. I'm feeling a little more confident these days, so I actually glue as I go, but I do like to place them and see how they look before I do finally glue them. And sometimes I glue them and then don't like them and pull them straight back out.
You'll notice too how she places the roses facing in different directions, and this creates a lot of interest and also looks a lot more natural. Flowers don't grow in general pointing all in the same direction, so this helps make things look a lot more real. You'll also see Mom starting to add in some cute little love hearts. We actually picked these up from the dollar store, would you believe? And they complement the color of these peach kind of coral roses perfectly.
You'll see now that I'm building up the greenery on the other side. I like to build up the greenery before I place the flowers. That lets me place the flowers and the love hearts that I'm using in this instance down into the greenery so that they look like they're naturally growing there. I normally work that way unless I'm using a really big feature flower, and then I might place that first and work the greenery out around it. But on this particular instance, I'm creating a bit more of a whimsical look and the flowers peeping out from the greenery.
You can really see the shape of this design starting to take form now. And you can see how she has really built it from a center point and worked her way out. And I know that that's a way you really like to work, Mum, and how you like to build up your wreaths. And here is where she's working on, I guess, the opposite side of the wreath. So she's built from a center point, I guess, out to the right, and now she's going out to the left. And there's going to be a space left at the top. And now she's adding in a different kind of flower or berry in this instance, and this again just adds more texture. So you'll really notice the theme with this wreath is a monochromatic scheme. It's just this light green and this sort of coral and pink color. So there's not a lot of colors in this, but there's a lot of texture and a lot of different shapes to create that whimsical look and give a lot of interest.
You'll see I'm working away here, filling the wreath in. I get to a point where it's almost finished, and I like to then, I actually use an easel and I pop it up on the easel and look at it from a distance and work out where there's any gaps, what I need to fill in. to keep it balanced and make it look pleasing to the eye. The other thing I like to do is, because wreaths normally hang and you can see the underside of them to some extent when you walk up, I like to make sure that they're filled in around the edges so that they don't just look like leaves sitting on a wreath form so much as they grow into it and grow out of it.
And as a final touch, we went back and we decided to add these little twirly twigs, is honestly what we call them. They have these tiny petite little pink flowers on them, and these just add such a huge amount of whimsy to this wreath and make it really delicate and really pretty. And I love the final touch that these add. So that is the wreath pretty much complete. I hope you enjoyed watching how it came together, and some of the tips we shared today were useful and help you if you're ever creating your own wreaths at home. If you did enjoy the video today, please give it a big thumbs up because it really helps my channel out. And if you'd like to stick around and become part of my YouTube family, all you need to do is click that big red subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.